Update 5's big feature is guest criminality.
Yes.
Otherwise known as, which is personified by a new staff type, which is security guards. So in Update 5, we are adding the ability, as it were, for guests to come to your park and engage in criminal behavior. So this is a functionality and features that your guests had in the original Planet Coaster that we have been working on for Planet Coaster 2. So in it, guests may appear in your park with the intent to only pickpocket. They will not go on any rides. They will only steal from other guests.
So cheeky.
I know.
And vandalise stuff. Look at these little scamps.
And also, beat me to it.
Sorry, I was just watching them. Kick out of the bin.
If your guests become unhappy, they will also then engage in vandalism, and they will take out their unhappiness potentially in your park. So they're going to turn up to your park, choose victims if they're pickpocketing, and vandals destroy your bins, your benches, vending machines, dryers, toilets, and changing rooms can get vandalized by your guests if they're unhappy. You can help mitigate this.
I was going to say, what can you do about it? Is there, you're going to hire
by hiring a security guard. So they work like a general staff type. You can hire them, they get paid, they need breaks, but they will then walk around your park and wander around and protect and mitigate that from happening.
Do you also, is there anything else to help? Sorry, Sam, go on.
No, just making sure that you're kind of clear, because I'm imagining crime has maybe a bit of an impact on your park rating. And
That's right. So your guests that are pickpocketed will be unhappy, and that will affect your park rating because
and we don't want that.
Don't want that. And your guests, if they are unhappy, they may leave your park after a period of time. If the guest that is the pickpocketer, yes, the criminal, gets caught by the security guard, the person that's been pickpocketed will be nice and happy again because justice has been served.
Yes, yes.
And if your guest, obviously, they're vandals, if they damage your bins and benches, they're not going to be used. And so there is going to be an effect on your park rating. So you need to ensure when guests are unhappy from these criminals that you're dealing with it and manage it as well. So as I say, we've got the security guards. We also have security cameras.
I was going to ask, is more than that. Yes,
Yeah,
cameras
so we have
as well,
security
right?
cameras. So they will have a radius of effect as well. So if you put those in your party, it will reduce the likelihood of those happening. If a guest is a pickpocket and they get into a security camera, it will alert security guards as well.
And what happens to these nefarious ne'er-do-wells once they've been apprehended by our
a security
highly
guard
trained...
will engage in a chase. They'll try and chase them.
Ooh,
if
good,
they
yeah.
catch up with them, they will eject them from the park.
Right.
So you need to ensure that you've got enough security guards to deal with your guests. And you can also, if you know who it is, manually eject them from the park. So if you can see the pickpocket, you can then tell a guest to leave. You can also do this to any guest, to be fair.
Pop the balloon first, though.
Pop the balloon and
throw
then
them in the pool, pick them up, and then throw them out.
It's a feature made for me.
I mean, it's designed for this.
Out. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And obviously, the broken scenery stuff that could be fixed and replaced.
Yeah. So you can repair the vandalized objects can be repaired by your janitors as part of their day-to-day jobs, and you can choose to manually replace them if you'd like, but that will cost you. So it's best to get your janitors to look after it for them. And obviously, they're not going to be used by your guests. No one's going to sit on a broken bench because you can't. The security guards, we've also added a new security post, which is brand new compared to what the original Planet Coaster feature had. So your security guard will stand kind of in a sentry position, as opposed to wandering around the park, keeping an eye out. You can have fixed positions for your security guards, so they're ready to
pounce.
To
tackle crime and injustice.
Crime and injustice.
Yeah. So you can also, for the security guards, they wander around the park. You can use things like the staff zones and go, actually, I want you to just stay in this area, please.
Yeah.
So that you can use the functionality that we've added in Planet Coaster 2 to just give them an assigned area and say, this is my busy area where my guests are. I just want you to wander in this area. Actually, just keep this bit safe, as opposed to
really control it,
casually walking around everywhere.
Yeah, very nice.
Can you turn crime off? What if you don't want crime? If you're not a big fan of crime?
Yeah. So crime will be by default on in career mode in the hard difficulties, but on easy and normal it won't be there. But you can turn it on if you'd like.
Okay.
In sandbox mode, because we have lots of different settings, creative, challenge mode, it will be on by default in challenge and the other one that I've forgotten the name of in the moment. But in creative mode, it won't be on. But again, sandbox settings, you can turn it on.
You can turn it on if you want.
Turn it on or turn it off. So you'll have that flexibility.
Lovely, that's great.
Yeah.
Could you make one of those for real life? Just turn crime off?
There are so many settings in Planet Coaster that I wish I've applied to real life. I wish I could turn it off. Infinite money being one of them.
Right, it's great to see security guards back into Planet Coaster, and our players have been asking us for this for a little while, so must be good to see them in. And it's great. I must stress though, by the way, chat, what you're looking at is an in-development build. So if you do see anything a bit weird on screen, we always discuss this, but I feel at pains to point it out. If there's some jiggery pokery going on, it's because this is actually a development build. So if something breaks or if it crashes, this is not the live build. This is an actual dev build. This is how I hate this term, but it's how the sausage is made. This is how it goes on.
We are renegades. We love doing
real
this stuff live.
Yeah.
We love showing you the game as we're making it in the moment.
Yeah, it's fun from a development point of view. We get to see every day how the build and the feature will develop. It's nice, sometimes nice to have a little peek behind the curtain.
Yes,
And
indeed.
show players as well.
So, is there anything else that's in this update that players may be interested in?
No.
No, that's it. Okay,
not.
thanks for coming in, guys.
We've added
there
more
is.
options for. So last update we added the ability for colour on your pools, and we just thought we'd do that more because we just love colour, the vibrancy.
More
so
color,
we've added
more customization. Love
yes, we've added the ability to change
Look
the
at
colour
this, you
on
guys.
glass
Look at
pieces.
that.
it. Absolutely amazing.
And yeah, Rich and Creative Services, who provides all of these parks, has done a wonderful job making our Rainbow Road-esque colour section. So you can change the colour of the glass pieces and also the strength, the opacity of the glass. So you can make it
Very nice.
dark.
Oh, I hadn't seen this part of the. This wasn't working when I saw this the first time round. So there we go.
Development build,
There we
and
are.
then so it just changes to with all the color flexibility you've got on all the other objects. You now have it for your glass panes as well.
That's really lovely.
And
I think
whilst,
that's not all for just glass.
no,
is
whilst
it?
we were
That
doing
little
this, we thought to ourselves, let's do some more glass pieces. Why not? So we've added some more glass shapes. So
These are cool.
bit. These
we've
are super
added
cool.
a selection of hexagons and octagons and long triangles. And this is a wonderful. I think it's a technical
That's
term.
a mathematical term, isn't it? The long
That
triangle.
name we've settled on.
I did.
Long triangle.
There was an
Just
hour where I'm
inventing
trying to
new
figure out
math
what
now.
kind of triangle it was, and I think it's just called long triangle because it's
Please
just,
make that name in the game.
It is.
Please.
It's just called a long
It is.
triangle.
It's perfect. I love it.
Long
so-
triangle.
we've added these new shapes, and because with the color we kind of got ideas. Oh, stained glass. What can we do? We like the idea of like tessellation, which is the technical term for how hexagons create squares in the middle, so you can create these big mosaics now. So we've added a selection of new pieces with frames and non-frames, flexibility there to allow players to take this new color customization and new pieces and see. So
Can also make crystal balls, maybe for crystal maze.
I have the haircut.
Dun, dun,
All we need
dun,
now is that is a deep cut. I don't know how many
Just need
people in
to
the chat will
start the
know.
fans.
Mumsy?
Yeah, I wonder how
anyways,
many references we'll get for that.
we can get a few in.
it's not
there you go.
it's not an unlocked if we don't do a dated reference.
Yeah, that
Between
really
us.
dates our age.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
So we're really excited about this. And,
Yeah, it's lovely. I can already see what players can do with this. It's phenomenal. I know my guys are super excited to get a hold of this. So yeah, cannot wait to see what everybody at home is going to start doing with this. It is super cool.
Okay.
Lovely stuff.
What's next?
It's not the only thing we're
not
adding
the
colours.
only-
Well, some people in the chat had spotted it.
No, they
And-
hadn't.
No,
They
I mean, I
not
don't know
yet.
how,
I don't
because
know what
Adam
you're
did such a
talking about.
good job of avoiding it. I mean,
'Cause-
but
One of the things that our wonderful community have been very passionate about since we added the Western theme is a rock set that came with the desert biome in the original Planet Coaster, informally known as the Western Rocks. So we thought we'd add some new rocks, and we've made a wonderful coaster. But it's not just.
They're not just new
They're
rocks.
not just new rocks.
They're new rocks.
They're new
rocks.
New rocks.
Two new
Which
things.
love
new
new.
technical term, new. These are custom rocks, and what we've got added is the ability to change the color. So it's the same rock set as the biome ones we already have of Taiga, Temperate, and that. But this set has color options. So like the glass, like the pools, you can take these rocks, change the color, use the color picker, and create.
And go crazy.
go crazy. So you can recreate
Amazing.
a Western vibe,
Yeah.
or you can
You can make something a bit more out of this world
Over to our gem puddle here.
Yeah, there we are. Yeah.
and have some, interesting looking rocks.
Yeah. So again, trying to
Purple
give,
rocks if you want, red
trying to
rocks,
give you that-
green rocks.
in the community, I want flexible customization options as well, so you can take what we've got and yet again impress us. So next month we'll be back going, let's see what they did with the rocks.
Oh yeah. I mean, this
So
I'm really keen to see. I know we're going to see some incredible stained glass windows. I know we're going to see some of this, like some wild stuff with these new additions. So that I'm very, very excited about. And the rocks, of course.
And the rocks, as I was showing when we were talking about, there's a really big set of these rocks as well, with different geometries as well. So it's not, it's like a fully fledged set of rocks for you to be able to use. Yeah. On top of all the other rocks from the aquatic theme that people were using before to be able to recolour as well. So it's just even more,
that's a good point.
more
just more choice.
boundless creativity for you.
Yeah. Amazing stuff.
But we're not stopping there, are you?
No, there's even more.
Keep on going.
In Planet Coaster 2, we revamped the path system based on the original ones, and we saw amazing creativity and functionality, but we've also had lots of feedback of, we'd like more options, please.
More. I hadn't noticed anything about some of this feature. It never cropped up.
So one of the new path types in Update 5 is invisible paths. Now, there's a tiny asterisk on the invisible. That's not literal. There's not a literal tiny asterisk. They are invisible to the point where they don't have the geometry for the base, but they do have a bit of a curbing, which is there's a bit of stonage every now and then along the edge, because purely invisible paths.
It'd be very hard to work out what's going on.
It'd be very hard to see where they are and where they're going. But these allow you to recreate an invisible path. So your guests will use them like any other path type.
Yeah.
Tiny curbing along the edge.
Yeah,
So
that's very cool.
Now,
you mentioned curbing.
yes. And before you even start, they're going to be like, I don't want the stones, Rich Newbold. We want to turn off the curbs. And I went, okay, cool. So we've turned off the curbs. We have a toggle that will allow you to turn off the curbs on all path types, not just the invisible one. So you can, if you'd like, have the flexibility to create the truly invisible path that you're after.
There's a lot of love in the chat. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of love that's coming in the chat.
As Adam is demonstrating, boop, it's now invisible.
Amazing. That's so cool.
There you go.
I've turned that into an invisible path because that's the type I've got.
You're just doing magic over there, Adam.
Yeah.
You're just like boop, boop, boop.
I get to do the talking, but Adam is the wizard in the game currently showing the examples.
You're a wizard, Adam.
Guests will use this, and as Adam turn off the curbs, what we get feedback for the standard path type when it's elevated is there's a support structure underneath that we put in to visually reinforce that it's a floating path, but in real life you'd have this kind of support structure. Feedback again, can we have the option to turn it off? So there's now a new path foundation toggle, which will turn that off as well. So it's more of that thin.
So you can turn it off, and then combined with turning off curbs, if you want to, then you create this really super thin.
It's a super thin.
Wow, yeah. I would not be walking on that, just for
Not
clarity.
structurally sound.
Not with my body type, it's not. Absolutely not.
But then you've got supports, so you can now turn off the supports, the curbs, the foundations on your elevated path. So you
just full flexibility, just full control over what you want to make. That's amazing.
Someone may have outpunned you, Adam, in the chat.
No.
They said this update rocks. And I can't deny it. It's they've done well. But
that's pretty good.
It's pretty good. But I think you've got a few more puns.
We'll
see. We'll see. Maybe.
We'll see. But
we've got more path improvements.
Even more. Here
We've been asked about a circle stamp. I make it sound so easy. The team have done so much hard work for the path improvements. I'm
really
like, you guys asked for something, and I just sit here and go, yeah, so we did it. It's not. There's so much work that the team do in these very
100%.
complicated systems. So we've added a circle stamp that allows you to create circles on the path system. So there you go.
This is super cool. Love this. I think people are gonna, people go crazy for this.
Yeah.
you have to apologise to Rich though, because Adam is butchering his park at the moment. Just
I think you'll find I'm taking it from a 9 to a 10 out of 10.
Poor Rich in creative services, he does all this hard work and he just turn up on the couch.
It's an awesome park, and I just come in and absolutely bulldoze it.
And one of the, we should delete some of it, and we've added a new tool in the delete mode, which is the draw tool is now available in delete mode to allow you to create that negative space. So if you want, it allowed you originally to build those open areas using this tool, but you can now use it to delete.
Love that.
The path as well. So Adam used the hard edge version, the straight version, you can use the curve. So if you've got those big plazas, you can now use the delete tool, the draw tool to delete the insides if you'd like.
It's another 10 out of 10 update.
And of course you've got the circle stamp in the delete tool as well now.
Yeah.
So the circular stamp. And it's not just pass, it's pulls as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can now circular stamp.
Someone did ask that, so thanks for clarifying. Yes, it is also for pulls.
Yeah.
It is also for pulls.
We are also investigating the airspace threshold So when you're building over pools with the paths, there's a kind of a restriction zone. We are investigating reducing that as well, just to make it easier for players to use all these tools to build those paths, those bridges over pools as well.
Yeah,
cool.
So we're looking to investigate that for update 5 as well.
Lovely.
Feeling pretty good about it.
That's a lot, and that's the highlights, right?
That's on the path system.
Yeah.
As well as all of this stuff, we've added on coaster stations the ability to now alter the kind of the path material that came with coaster stations. You can now change that as well from the default. So as I
Make it
wait for
even
my
more
wonderful
unique.
helper,
There
you
we
can
go.
now use
There
the
we go.
path
Look
paint
at
tool
that.
to adjust those. So you can use all those different path materials or the flexicolor and then add that to the coaster station. You can't adjust the entrance strip because that's not part of the same system, but
Health
you
and
can now
safety.
health and safety. You need to know where it is.
Those guys are in everything.
But the queuing area, the exit area, you can use.
You've got to
the
mind the gap
you
there.
can use
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's asked, is that the same for the flume platforms? There's a question coming in chat. We'll find out and come back to you, I guess is the answer. Yes.
There's
no,
more.
who knows?
There's more to talk about in update 5 in the future.
We have.
There we go.
Watch
We'll
this
talk about
space.
that.
Watch this space, chat.
Maybe
Here we
soon.
go.
There we go. Someone's asking about de-themed, which is a lovely segue actually, because they
That's a
actually did just
fantastic
ask.
segue.
But we do have
Is that
some
producer
de-themed
Adam in the
posters.
chat? That guys get to the D-theme stuff. So, as we've done with the previous updates as part of the spring roadmap, we have 2 more D-themed coasters.
Very
which
exciting.
Are
Very exciting.
going to play some,
I think we've got some
B-roll.
footage of it. Here we
Got some
go.
footage on screen.
and they are. Oh, I forgot the manufacturer names, Adam.
It's Iron Fury.
It's the high. It's the. Gone blank.
No, got
That's
blank.
all right. Well, the names are the Iron Fury and the Malice Unchained. I think it's the 2D thing. The manufacturers I can't help you with, but
The High Peaks construction,
Construction.
wooden hybrid, steel topped.
And
rolls off the tongue.
That's
Why do you
so
remember
easy.
that? It rolls off
Can I
the
get
tongue.
some? Yeah, can I get some forgiveness now for not
High
highlighting
Peaks
that?
construction wooden hybrid steel rails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as simple as
Easy
the ones that we've
peasy.
done in previous updates to just remember.
Yeah, come on, guys. So come on, we got to get
So yes,
together. Yeah.
we have 2 new D-theme coasters. I think they also have scenery pieces as well.
Yeah.
For you to re-theme various bits. So we're taking those apart, kind of genericized them a little, made them a bit easier for customization, give you the scenery pieces as well.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff.
We've also got, as we have been doing previously, a new ride,
Yep.
which I might have described wrong last time.
And it calls any consolation backstage at all.
It's not
But-
a blame. It's not blame
Not
culture on
blame
the couch.
culture.
These are safe zones.
There's no blame here whatsoever.
there's no-
I'm not
there's no
pointing
one's
any
fault.
blame on
Anyone's
anyone,
fault.
that's all.
But I might have misread something that should have said coaster for ride and said it as a ride. It's not. We have a new coaster.
Yep.
Inspired by the Trident Planet, the original Planet coaster. This is the Vector Return Mark II. You do not have to have
no.
seen the Return Mark 1 to enjoy this coaster.
Right. There we go.
That's a Pathos, that's a Pathos 3. Go back again. So it's a brand new coaster that we're really excited about because
Yeah.
this is the name of the game, Planet Coaster.
There we
And
go.
we love coasters.
So
Yeah,
a lot of pathing.
fantastic.
We've seen a lot. We've seen all obviously the rocks being recoloured, the glass,
Yeah.
the new glass pieces, a smorgasbord of pathing.
And you know how this
changes.
works, Arthur. We're going to sit here, talk about a bunch of stuff, and then over the next few weeks, as we get closer to it, there's going to be even more.
Adam.
There's
Oh yeah,
More
this is
and there'll be even more.
Adam, there's something a bit. What's that in the back of
What,
it?
this?
Yeah. I've just kind of seen that
I don't
now.
know.
what
I don't
is-
know
what's
what
that?
Rich has put in.
What's this?
It
This
looks a
wasn't
bit
there
alien
before.
to me.
Oh,
I don't know.
It's a bit strange, isn't it?
That's very.
I
Yeah.
think it's a bit fictional.
no, I think we should play the teaser.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one
Let's roll
teaser.
the teaser, Jinxie.
There we go.
Hey.
Wow. So
Very
that is
exciting.
the sci-fi, which you barely teased the last time.
I don't know
were
if anyone had guessed that. I wouldn't know how they would have guessed it. If I'm honest with you, I think my pun game is so complex that.
Layers.
It's very deep.
So
there. Yeah, yeah.
I'm glad to finally be able to announce it's sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a new wall set and new scenery pieces and animatronics based on the scenery theme from Planet Coaster, the original Planet Coaster, sci-fi. It's very exciting.
And we saw, as we saw at the end of that, the wonderful tease coming May the 29th.
Yes, update 5 comes out on 29th of May.
Yeah, so just 29 days from now, I
Yeah,
guess.
not too long to wait.
That's quick maths. Look at that.
It's
That's why
pretty good.
That's why I do this.
Pretty good.
That's why they put me here. All right, so that is update 5. Are we kind of, is that spring? Are we done?
That was the last of the updates on the spring roadmap, as it stood
As it stood
last month.
last month.
We are adding one more update to the spring roadmap, which is in June. So Adam's put the roadmap up. So there will be update 6 in June, and that will have souvenir shops and on-ride photos.
And I know that's a big
Those-
request.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's not everything that we'll be doing, because we sit here and we talk about so much more stuff than we spoke about in the roadmap. But we'll be adding souvenir shops, on-ride photos, and the ability for your guests to have their photos taken on rides and then buy them from the shops. Which is
Massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
huge.
very, very cool.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
We are looking also have some de-themed, some additional de-themed coasters, some more career maps as well.
Yep.
We've got some more of those maps to move into sandbox mode, as we have in update
Lovely,
5
yeah.
as well. And update 3 had a theme in it from the original Planet Coaster. Update 5 has a theme in it, and update 6 will have a theme too.
Oh, nice. Nice.
We'll let
So
people
there we go.
stew there.
Confirmed you heard it here first. All right.
I just want to say that I think it's a real fairy tale come true for me to be able to add this extra update on to the spring roadmap as well. It's really come true.
We had a plan.
Yeah.
We weren't gonna.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's really nice for me
Yeah.
to be part of this
Yeah.
fairy tale.
Yeah.
Layers on these things.
It's
so
deep.
many layers.
It's deep.
Just that's what I'm saying.
All right. Look, chaps, as always, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on. And of course, just judging by that, we're going to have them back again and again and again.
100%.
Poor
Gonna
things.
try and
You
wrap
guys
it
are
up
too
somehow.
popular. What are we going to do? Yeah, yeah.
I haven't given too many puns tonight though.
Oh, no, it's one of them. Did you any? Did you do any puns?
No.
Yeah, you've
I
been
don't
well
think so. I'm
behaved.
just
You've been
trying to
so
think
well
back.
behaved. Yeah,
We're
yeah, yeah.
good. We're good.
Yeah, I didn't see any. As always, Jeremy, thank you so much. Thank you to
It's
the
always
team
a
for the
pleasure.
continued hard
Yeah.
work.
Yeah,
I know
thanks,
you guys
guys.
come on,
Yeah.
but there's a whole.
We come on and we have a good laugh, but there's
Yeah.
a lot of work going on in the background,
Yeah.
and the team
Yeah.
are fantastic, and they're doing such an incredible job. As we get to have the privilege of sitting here and just going, and here's a circle stamp, and as Rich said before, it's an awful lot of effort has gone into this.
Everything
So-
we've done in these updates, the team have put so much effort and time to make sure it's as good as possible, and they've
Yeah.
done a
So
really
a big
good
shout
job.
out to them.
Yeah.